Hello all. The topic I'm going to talk about is frequency domain filtering. First of all, we have to know what is image enhancement, as frequency domain filtering comes under image enhancement topic. So image enhancement is a process of making images more useful. The reason for doing image enhancement is for removing noises from images, making images more visually appealing, and highlighting interesting details in images. And there are two broad categories of image enhancement technique. One is spatial domain technique, which is a direct manipulation of image pixels, and another one is frequency domain technique, that is manipulation of Fourier transform or wavelet transform of an image. And now the frequency domain filtering. So what is frequency domain filtering? It's nothing more than the space defined by values of the Fourier transform and its frequency variables, that is u comma v. And the steps involved in frequency domain filtering. It involves 6 steps, starting from multiplying the input image by minus 1 power x plus y to center the transform and compute capital F of u comma v, the DFT of the image, and by multiplying capital F of u comma v by a filter function capital H of u comma v, and by computing the inverse DFT of the above result, we can obtain the real part of the result. And finally, we have to multiply the result by minus 1 power x plus y. The operation of the frequency domain filtering. Start from f of x comma y representing the input image. Before getting to have the filtering operation into frequency domain, we may need certain kind of pre-processing. After pre-processing, we have the Fourier transform to get so for f of x comma y. We present into spatial domain after Fourier transform. We can represent the image f of u comma v. Now we have the filter function capital H of u comma v. After having the process with the filter function, we shall have a simple product into the frequency domain. So H of u comma v be frequency domain representation. F of u comma v is also same. So generally for image we will be having them in a matrix form. So coefficient to coefficient the product can be carried out. After that we can say that the resultant matrix is the filtered image but is still in the frequency domain. So we have to take the help of inverse Fourier transform. We shall get the result back to the spatial domain. Hence, we can get the visualization and a proper display of the filtered image. Then we can have a simple post pre-processing to get it further display. And we can represent the resultant image, that is the filtered on a g of x comma y. The motive is to have the filtering into the frequency domain to give a better visual quality of the image with respective to human visual perception. Capital H of u comma v is called the filter or filter transfer function because it suppresses certain frequencies in the transform while leaving others unchanged. So the basic model of filtering is capital G of u comma v is equal to capital H of u comma v into capital F of u comma v. Here capital F of u comma v is the Fourier transform of the image being filtered, and capital H of u comma v is the filter transform function. It is termed filter function H of u comma v that we encounter in this middle block. We can take H of u comma v is called a filter or sometimes filter transfer function. Whatever the spatial domain image as a sample we provide to this direct formulation of Fourier transform, we obtain its spectral components. So fewer spectral components are fast and few are suppressed by this filter function. Hence, a filter or filter transform function and a filter image we obtain is on the right side of the. There are two things we obtain by either spatial domain filtering or frequency domain filtering. One is smoothing and another one is sharpening. Smoothing can be achieved in the frequency domain by dropping out of the high frequency components. That is, it has two pass filters. One is low pass filter and a high pass filter. Low pass filter only passes the low frequencies and drop the high ones, whereas high pass filter only passes the frequencies above a minimum value. Whereas the sharpening, sometimes also referred to as the edge detection, that is obtained by passing the high frequency components and dropping the low frequency components. So the two types of filtering here we can make that is the low pass filtering and the high pass filtering. So this is the example image of smoothened image. First one is the original image which is on the left side, and the smoothened image as a result image on the right side. So what is high pass filter and low pass filter? The relationship between the blurring mask and the derivative mask with a high pass filter and low pass filter can be defined simply as, so blurring mask also known as the low pass filter. Similarly, the derivative mask also known as the high pass filter. What is a blurring mask? It has that is all the values should be positive in the blurring mask, and the sum of all values is equal to 1. The edge content is reduced by using the blurring mask. As 6 of mask grows more, smoothing effect takes place. Whereas for derivative mask, it has positive as well as negative values. The sum of all values in a derivative mask is equal to 0. The edge content is increased by derivative mask. As size of the mask grows, more edge content is increased. The low pass filter transfer function in 3 dimension. Here we can represent with axis u and v, an amplitude axis here. So it is having an upward curvature of the particular time. In high pass filter, we will be having it on the opposite side, that is the downward side. So we can have the dimensions represented to it. So the frequency domain filters, as we all know, it has two filters, that is the low pass and the high pass. Further, the low pass and high pass is defined into three types of each, that is the ideal low pass filter, Gaussian low pass filter, and Butterworth low pass filter. And similarly, the same high pass filter also has the same thing. So what is the ideal low pass filter? A two-dimensional low pass filter that passes without attenuation all frequency within a circle of radius d of O from origin and cut off all the frequencies outside the circle is called the ideal low pass. It's specifically by function filter. And the Butterworth low pass filter, it is a type of signal processing filter designed to have a flat frequency response as possible in passband. And the Gaussian low pass filter, main advantage of a Gaussian low pass filter over a Butterworth low pass filter is that we are assured that there will be no ringing no matter what filter order they choose to work with. Similarly, for the ideal high pass filter, when 0 is placed inside, we get edges which gives us a sketched image. So Butterworth high pass filter, it is given by the order and cutoff distance as before. Gaussian high pass filter, it has the same concept as ideal high pass filter, but again the transition is more smooth as compared to the ideal high pass filter. So the difference between the high pass filter and low pass filter is high pass filter frequency components and low pass filter frequency components, or the low pass frequency components denotes smooth region. These three categories cover the ranges from very sharp, that is the ideal one, to the very smooth, the Gaussian filtering. The sharpening, edges and fine detail characteristics by sharp transition in image intensity. Attenuating certain low frequency components and preserving high frequency components results in sharpening. Such transitions contribute significantly to high frequency components of Fourier transform. So the next is the Laplacian operator. It is also a derivative operator which is used to find edges in an image. The major difference between Laplacian and the other operators like Robinson is that these are first order derivative masks, whereas the Laplacian is basically a second order derivative mask. So we can say here our signal is a two-dimensional signal. We have two dimensions, that is the space into the count. Usually Laplacian theorem is represented as del square f is equal to dou square f by dou x square plus dou square f by dou y square. Here the del represents the Laplacian, whether it is one dimensional or two dimensional or three dimensional, and the input f of x comma y is converted into f of u comma v into minus u square plus v square, that is the resultant image. So we are converting the Laplacian into a frequency domain. For the two-dimensional case, we expect the two dimension, the x and y. So here we found out the second order differential of the functional order f here with respect to x and y. Further transform, it is obtained as the marginal component j along with u frequency domain represented to power of n in multiplicative to capital F of u. So it is the nth order differential function. Here function is selected one dimensional f of x and its differential. The individual Fourier transform representation of the signal x here, the Laplacian filter in frequency domain is explained here. While treating Laplacian as a function, we represent frequency domain u comma v. Another difference is that it didn't take out edges in a particular direction, but it takes out edges in following classification, that is inward edges and outward edges. So we have two types of Laplacian, that is a positive Laplacian and a negative Laplacian. Positive is used to take out outward edge in image, whereas the negative is used to take out the inward edge of an image. So how does the Laplacian works? It is a derivative operator. It uses highlight gray level continuous in an image and try to de-emphasize regions with slowly varying gray levels. This operation in result produces such images which have grayish edge lines and other continuities on a dark background. This produces inward and outward edges in image. The important thing is how to apply these filters into the image. Remember, we cannot apply both the positive and negative Laplacian operators on the same image. We have to apply just one, is that we apply positive Laplacian operator on the image, then we subtract the resultant image from original image to get the sharpened image. Similarly, if we apply negative Laplacian operator, then we have to add the resultant image onto the original image to get the sharpened image. So the positive Laplacian, we have standard mask in which center element of the mask should be negative and the corner elements of the mask should be 0. Whereas in negative Laplacian operator, we also have a standard mask in which center element should be positive and all the elements in the corner should be 0 and the rest of the elements in the mask should be -1. So this is the example for Laplacian operator. So the above image is the original image and we converted the image into two, that is the positive Laplacian and the negative Laplacian. So finally, the hints to remember: if you are working with the color images, these are usually converted to the grayscale. This should be done before filtering, because the fact is that the information about the structure of the image is actually represented in illuminated components, means the intensity components. Intensity components are actually preserved as we switch from the further image to the grayscale image. They are usually stored as unsigned integers. Some operations could have required the explicit cost could double or prove for being implemented. Thank you.